My name is Kelvin Heard, I am a healer, and this is Angela Donovan, a leading spiritual mentor. I do feel very sad that there is a system in place, an education system, which is very, very limited. Right from the moment you step foot in your first kindergarten, you're just playing a part. You're playing a role, and then you get further and further down the line. As you say, you go to university. You're expected to get a job, and you're expected to get a particular type of job. Well, as we know, in this day and age, there's a massive shock when that expectation is just not fulfilled at all. And no one is ever taught really to think outside the box.
But if you actually add to that, and let's just talk about the United Kingdom for a moment, that it's all going to be costing, and it is costing money for anybody to have this extra so-called education of university. Isn't that also taking us down the road of there's only going to be a very few who can afford to do it because they don't actually want you anyway?
Well, I think that as you say, there's 2 points there. There's one, it creates an elite society, but it also is, well, where's actually all this money going?
Well, as I say, it's gone down the vortex, or the cyberbank. That's always what I'm saying. But in the truth, austerity measures that we've now got in the United Kingdom are to actually punish and suck the very last breath out of the people. And if they don't wake up to recognise that those in power at the moment have not got intelligence in the truth of intelligence, heart and soul, but have brain that makes them think they're doing the right thing. That's what we've got to pull a stop to. And each of us has got to do it. We can't just point the finger at them and say it's his fault.
But there are a lot of people who are out there again who are trying to make this happen, aren't they?
There are ideas, like if there's a voting system, and if we all actually went together and said no, there is nothing out there to vote for.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they did that in America too.
Yeah.
All the people are so complacent. And if they become so complacent and dulled down, they're back in a war.
Yeah.
Might as well have the Nazis in power. Because that's what it's like. And everybody's not realising they're the power.
Yeah.
And I do believe we've come to that time now.
Where do you think this started, where people just literally giving away their power? Where do you think this? Because it's been for generations and generations, and
I believe in this whole civilization we've had a problem with it, because there's always been the leaders, the powers that have tried to hold control, and that's why they used to destroy any religious leaders, in case they took control and led the people into a spiritual path. So this has been going on through this civilization, and then I look back to the past civilization, which we all had a line in, blowing up. So it's rather like we come back to start again. Have we learnt a lesson? Well, on top of that, we must have been weakened to allow the intruders in, who've come for our resources, and then they want everything else, thank you. And they've been allowed to stay because they've offered the temptations of the wealth, the fame, the force of power. So we've done a vicious circle, and if we're not careful this time, we're in what we call deep doo-doo.
Do the intruders, you say they survive on energy, but do they need things like gold or...
I know that a lot of gold has gone off planet because gold is used to actually protect a planet around it. And they was even thinking of doing it for this planet. That was a nice idea. Everybody would be out there hoping it would fall down. No, sorry. But so the resources have been it. But of course you've got this beautiful planet, and actually they're not interested in the beauty.
No.
If they feel this could be their new home, because theirs is destroyed.
Do they need water at all?
I believe they do. I believe that water is a necessity. Possibly nothing like what we have there, because GM suits them great. Thought that one out well. But it's not something we could live on.
No.
Unless we are already altered.
Yeah.
Within our systems.